Hi, I'm Zipho from the Technology Innovation Agency. Let me take this chance and welcome you to this event. I am joined on the panel by three alumni of some of the most fantastic programs that TIA runs. I will at this time give each of them an opportunity to introduce themselves so that they tell you what it is that they do.
Hi everyone, my name is Tabi Solombo. I'm from the Eastern Cape. My innovation relates to using technology to solve the problem of gender-based violence through a primary product offering, which is a panic button. It requires no connectivity to your cell phone to send a location link to emergency services. I've been doing it for 5 years now, recently based in Johannesburg, and yeah, that's me.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tiriso Radine. I am the founder and CEO of a company called Raptor. So our company focuses particularly in artificial intelligence and computer vision, and we've applied this technology to solve the problem of water leakage detection, particularly looking at Johannesburg and very water scarce cities. We were also the winners of the Swiss program in 2019 at the Pitch Fest in Zurich. And also we participated in the French Embassy program, and then also subsequently we also won the SA Innovation Summit 2019 as well for the best invention.
Wow.
Hi everyone, my name is Portia Rifio Mavungu. I'm the founder and CEO of PR Geological Solutions, where we focus on innovation for people living with disabilities. Now, the reason why we focus on that is because in 2011 I had an accident and I was wheelchair bound for a year. But then I thought to myself, if I'm going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life, what about those that's going to be in the wheelchair for a period of time? That's how I came up with the innovation called the Parachute, which is a retrofitted seat that fits onto any existing wheelchair, working together with disposable biodegradable bags, bringing back independence and dignity to the user. Now, the reason why we focus on disability is because it's a very unsaturated space, and we want to make sure that we bring equality, so says the Sustainable Development Goals. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wow. Such interesting innovations. It seems that I'm sitting at the right place. Maybe in the context of such programs that you have all participated in, how have they contributed to the journey that you are all on? And maybe starting with you, Chidiso, you mentioned that you were the winner of this in 2019. How has that benefited the journey that you are on towards commercialization?
Yeah, so I think very early on in our journey as a company, we've always had ambition not only to be a South African company, but also to expand internationally. And I think being part of the program really kind of also helped us to position ourselves how to think internationally, because I think it begins in that form, in that how do you think that way, but also how do you practically also implement certain things within your business to appeal to the international market. And so that's why we participated in the Swiss South Africa program, and as well the French program as well. And I think, it really helped us to align our strategy in terms of product development, but also in terms of the strategic partnerships that we wanted to have to help us expand into those international markets. Our focus was initially looking at, Africa and potentially Europe. And subsequently to, after the events, we managed to expand beyond South Africa. So Raptor now is in Kenya, particularly Nairobi. We're now in Zimbabwe. We have also been strengthening our relationships with the French Embassy to potentially look at how do we establish an R&D, center in Paris as well. So it's really helped us quite a lot in terms of our progression to be an international company.
Wow, what a story. What a story. It seems that your company is really growing in leaps and bounds. Portia, can you relate?
Definitely. After being part of the two major programs with Technology Innovation Agency, which is the Swiss program, as well as GCIP, what we realize is talking to investors. Not every pitch talks to the same investor, and we learn how to relate to that. After winning the Swiss program, we went on to winning 10 other awards. We're part of the United Nations. We're ambassador for South Africa at the United Nations. And after winning as well as a Swiss program, we currently in partnership with Yale University. So we went from just an idea to just a company to being part of one of America's Ivy League innovations that's being researched upon. We made from the top 30 companies that was chosen by Yale. to the top 75, to the top 30, and now we just made the top 10. Also, with regards to these programs, also assisted us in strategically placing ourselves in terms of IP in different countries. So we've managed to patent in SA, USA, and China, and as well as received Austrian Patent Office novelty. So we have novelty on our product. So we proudly can say through these programs we identified with the Austrian Patent Office that we are the first of its kind in the world.
Wow, impressive. And it's always good to hear of such. And maybe let me come back to you, Xabiso. You mentioned that you are from the Eastern Cape and what your innovation is looking at. It's something that is the scourge of women against violence against women and children. And when we talk about social impact, I cannot think of anything more relevant at this point in time. Maybe what has your participation been like in these programs?
So I'm more early stage than the rest of the people on the panel. So I am a recipient of the TIA Seed Fund. So through that, I was able to start the development of the hardware and the software of my innovation. And then from then, I was accepted into the Leaders in Innovation Fellowships program, which is a very eye-opening program because I get exposure to sort of international markets, and they train us through London. And it is very insightful to know what's out there and what possibilities you can come about through your innovation. And I think to touch on the issue of gender-based violence, I think for me the biggest why, or the reason why I do what I do, is because we want to democratize safety for women, because it shouldn't be a thing that we go to the police station and for every 3 hours we can't, on average it takes 3 hours to report a crime. So we want women to get safety on demand, and I think that's what TIA has also managed to help me in terms of developing the business aspect of it, and how do I sell and package that to people who might lead us to strategic partnerships.
You know, Xabiso, one of the most interesting takeaways for me is that you are from what is considered a rural province. And yet, how did you come to know about TIA? Because this is the challenge that I get on the road is who is TIA, what do they do? So it's very interesting for me that there's someone from a rural province who's done such great things with the assistance of TIA.
So that's a very good question. So I am from the Eastern Cape, but I spent 4 years studying at the University of Cape Town. I was fortunate enough whilst I was there to be accepted into one of the incubators in Cape Town, and they were the ones that introduced me to TIA. So I thought that TIA was this nice person who gave you money, but only to find out actually they have some very good resources, and I think a lot of people should tap into. And I do think that a lot of people should actually know about TIA, and everyone knows me that I will raise my voice about TIA, and everyone should know, everyone in my network knows about TIA because it has done so much for me, and I think it is my duty to pay it forward to the next innovator to tap into the same resources that I was afforded.
Thank you very much, Xabiso. Portia, maybe one question for you. You mentioned the Yale program. Could you please elaborate on that and what it is?
Thank you so much, sir. So basically, what the Yale program does is they started a new program called the Yale Review Africa Startup, where they choose 30 companies, purely 30 companies, who give social impact and sustainability in Africa. And we were lucky enough to be one of the 30 companies that they have chosen. So what Yale University does is they help you actually structure your entire business to become the next Silicon Valley sustainable business in Africa. So for the past 6 weeks, we've been restructuring the company, marketing analysis, and the beautiful part is I never knew the type of market we just have in South Africa just for PRD itself, which has opened us to a point where we have $117 million worth of market in South Africa, which we haven't figured out until Yale University came in. So it just gives you insights to the market that you have and makes you realize the sustainability your innovation brings forth. So it also shows us the social impact that we're going to give, not just to South Africa, but through Africa and the world as well.
Thank you very much. Tsidiso, the gentleman in the panel. My question for you is, I read somewhere, a little bit told me, that you've made some strides and now you've got industry partners. Would you be willing to disclose who those partners are and how did you come about?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think because they've played quite an important role in our progress in the company. So we've managed to secure industry partners like Liquid Telecoms, which is now known as Liquid Intelligent Technologies. So they are operating in 13 markets in Africa and in the Middle East and in Europe. We've also managed to have industry partners who also were strategic investors in our company, IBM, Microsoft, and now most recently as well with the Econet Group as well. And really what enabled us to secure these partnerships was, there's always the myth and the assumption that South African companies cannot compete at a global level in terms of our product, in terms of our talent and our engineering capability. And what we did was to make sure when we're building out our technology that it's at a competitive level globally, and we outcompete some of the best players. And funny enough, some of the actually partners that we have were our competitors, and we competed with them, and we beat them in certain markets, and they opted to partner with us rather than compete with us. And that's just kind of testament of the level of talent that we have here in South Africa, and I think that really stood out for them, and that's why they partnered with us to enable us to get into these other markets.
Thank you very much. And we do have startups who are capable of actually competing at that level, and you three panelists are testimony to that. And with that, we come to the conclusion of the session, and you can access more information on the TIA website to look out for opportunities and for these calls when they come out. Thank you.